away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme. Go on down, pass it around. Roll with me now, we running wild. And nobody getting, we on the town. Never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like, dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what women.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
Man open left side is Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's a look at the young Atlanta Falcons, although next year, obviously, everyone will be a year older. So rookies like Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Devondre Campbell, an extra year. Well, they're only a year, but a year under their belt now to get better.
They're just young and growing, aren't they? I mean, I expect their play to continue to accelerate and elevate. And think about the building blocks they had in front of them. Second-year guys in 2016 who had big years. Grady Jarrett, a monster in the Super Bowl, tied a sack record in that game.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the now coming out on the field. They come out here in the eye. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And for Coleman, if you combine the rushing and receiving yards, close to 1,000 last year. He had 8 touchdowns as well and was just really a great 1-2 combo with Devontae Freeman.
An outstanding one, and just think if he's on just about any other NFL team, he's probably the lead running back. And Devontae Freeman gets the bulk of the carries. But Coleman, when he does get his hands on the football, he really produces in a big way, speaking of the numbers you just gave. And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is, and I still remember the evaluation of him coming out of college. He does everything well, but you weren't sure he had a dominant trait. Well, wrong about that. He's dominant just about everything he does, and I think that he's going to continue to elevate his game and seek a 3rd Pro Bowl in 2017.
To throw is Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, if you see a running back play with such joy as well as such fury, I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot, pattern read, and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him. But that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective, because they understood where the first down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground. And when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback, and when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, well, you can make bigger plays downfield.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Brown, the lone receiver left.
Here we go.
third down. Roethlisberger escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 44 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taylor Gabriel from 8 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. One receiver right, that's Brown. Trying to now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down. On second down, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Fresh set of downs here.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And his throw here's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They'll get the football here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that adds.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 26 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. So the sack on 1st down there by the defense, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come out in the pistol. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here's Coleman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you're thinking, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a 1st down.
He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
His pass caught at the 4. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. He's got time in the pocket. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 61 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Now Roethlisberger survey, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2nd down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They'll come out in the pistol. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One receiver right, that's Brown.
Check.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the first half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And caught right side, Green. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. We have hit. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Here's Ryan. It's caught, left side, Tammy. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ryan now to throw on third down. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Jones now in motion left. They'll run for it with a fullback DeMarco. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board. They're happy that they kept it and did that. So, very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now they're in the hurry up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. But he locates Wheaton complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Roethlisberger in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
Shift together here from the D-line. This is Coleman. Cuts left. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 60 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contact.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his second sack of the night. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Green's got it over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it?
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. 3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. D'Angelo Williams. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So they're going to go for 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Roethlisberger looking to throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Here's Matt Bosher now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there. Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer. Easier said than done, though. Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown. And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adrian Claiborne. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch. In motion left goes Jones. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
All the elements of what you want out of a play came together on that one. A really nice run, took care of the football, and even more importantly, taking the clock under 4 minutes now. At this stage of the game, how do you bleed out the clock, take care of the ball, and make sure the other team doesn't have a chance to come back on you? You're looking at your sheet, how many timeouts are left, how many runs do we need to close it out? That's what the coach is looking at right now. Situational football, trying to gain a victory.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage lost, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On third down, Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the